Hey guys, my name's Cam, you're watching Sarai Garage, and today we're going to teach you how to sync up all the TV screens in your Cadillac Escalade, Chevy Suburban, Chevy Tahoe, or GMC Yukon so that you can play whatever you want off your cell phone on all the screens at once without any modifications at all. Alright, cool, let's get into this. Alright, but before we get into how to sync all of these TVs and stuff, I think it's really important that we talk about how Cadillac set up all these screens and TVs to begin with. If you haven't figured this out already by playing around, the way these trucks are set up is that these rear headrest monitors, monitor 3 and monitor 4 right here, are independent. No matter what, they can't get connected to the rest of the TVs, okay? Like, the only input is through here, through so what happens is if you put a DVD or something into one of these trucks, the signal from the DVD, the output only goes through these headrest monitors, or these rooftop monitors. If you have one of the extended trucks, there's going to be 2 of them. If you have one of the shorter ones like we do, it's going to have just one of these ceiling monitors. And also it's going to play the same message through the navigation screen as long as the truck is stopped and in park. If the truck is in gear, it's going to completely disable video output for safety reasons. But so that's how it's set up. All the ceiling monitors and the main navigation screen are already synced and linked up together from the factory, and there's actually no way to unsync them without doing any modifications. And these 2 headrest monitors are completely independent and separate, but there is a way to sync them up together with the ceiling monitors without doing any modifications. But before I show you how to sync all the TV monitors together, I think it would be very important that I show you guys how I have all these TV monitors set up right now. So as far as doing individual output for these 2 headrest monitors, this is what I have. Okay, we have the signal coming off of an iPhone. You can change the adapter piece at the end and make it anything you want. You can have it be like a gaming console, a Galaxy phone, whatever you want it to be. And the real key to this whole process is this. This is a HDMI to RCA cable converter. That's kind of what makes all this happen. So what I have is, well, right now this is my brother's phone because we're filming with mine, right? And it is connected to this dongle piece here that's sold by Apple. It has 2 ports at the bottom of it. It has a big fat HDMI port right here for the video output, and it has a lightning connector port. I'm sure if you Google, Apple HDMI lightning dongle or something, you can find one of these things. I think it's around $30. And make sure when you buy one of these, make sure you have to buy a Apple wire. If you don't, I tried cheaping out in the beginning by buying some off of Amazon for like $12 or something, maybe even less than 10, and they didn't work. It kept saying that like this, you guys have seen it before if you have iPhones, this accessory is not supported by your iPhone, blah blah blah, and it doesn't send the signal no matter what you do. So you do have to buy these wires from Apple for like $30. But from there, we're gonna go ahead. I bought a HDMI cable, plug that in, and now the best thing about this is actually you can charge your phone too while playing videos, and that's really important because these things burn through battery life super fast when you're streaming the videos on these screens. But so then it plugs into the HDMI cable and it goes to this converter. And I mean, this is fairly simple, I think, at this point. You guys get the idea. There's RCA cables here. They're all male. Okay. Both ends are male. This is male, and you guys know if you own these trucks, there's female connection ports on the monitors. So this end, obviously, they're all male, and they just plug into those color-coded circles. Cool. And then this box here, it needs power. So what it uses is, I think this is a USB-B connector here for power. And it plugs into the USB-C port right here on the monitor. That's what I use to power this little box. And after you have all that set up and you find something to play on your iPhone, like your favorite automotive repair YouTube channel, Sarai Garage, this is what the final product looks like. The video does not play on the iPhone whatsoever. You can see it just says connected to AirPlay. Do you see that? You can use the controls down here to scroll through the video, and it'll change it over there, right? I mean, it's loading, but it'll change it. But so you control the entire video and everything through here. You can go down, you can watch a different video if you want, and you can see, yep, there it goes. And if you want to hear it, all you have to do is plug in a pair of headphones, Beats, whatever it is, to the audio output here, and that's it. That's done. And so the way I have it set up is, George, you can see it over there on that side. This is what it looks like most of the time when we're just using this truck. I have it all set up, and whenever we need to go on a road trip or something, all anybody has to do is pull this out and plug their phone in, and they're ready to go. And that little box, that little converter box, is hidden inside this pouch. Okay, so that's what it looks like on a day-to-day basis like this. And if you don't want to do that, and maybe you have little kids or something, you can always just slap in a DVD at the top of this, because both of these screens can play DVDs and just show a DVD. But so that's what I do for these two headrest monitors when you want to do like individual output. Now, what's really cool about these monitors is this. Joe, look, you see there's a power button here, and then next to it is the source button, right? And now what you can do with this source button is go through a bunch of things. And if you didn't know, one of the things you can do is mirror the monitor 3. Monitor 3 and monitor 4 can mirror each other. You can either have this screen mirroring the first one, or the first one mirroring the second one. Okay, so these two screens can sync up that way if you want to. Now, how do we sync these two headrest monitors with the navigation screen and the ceiling ones? That's the big question, right? Now, to do that, you have to do a couple things, and you have to buy a HDMI splitter. Let me set it all up real quick, and then I'll get back at you guys. Okay, I just wanted to add one more thing, guys, before we move on to the next segment. When you're buying this converter piece, if you do end up buying it, don't make the mistake I made. These things are pretty specific on their inputs and outputs. I wasn't careful enough when I was ordering them on Amazon, and I bought it reversed. I bought one that was like RCA input and HDMI output. Make sure when you buy these things, if you want to do exactly what I did, the HDMI side is the input and the RCA side is the output. Okay, very important, tiny little detail, and I don't want one of you guys to go through that mistake. So with all that out of the way, this little box is how you connect or sync all these screens together. Okay, what this is an HDMI splitter. Now, if you're gonna buy all this stuff through Amazon like I did, there's definitely good deals out there, but don't just run out and buy the cheapest one you can. Most of those are really cheap Chinese junk, and they don't work. This system will start throwing up error codes and say it's incompatible, and you're just going to waste your time. You're going to have to return it and buy another one. Just look around and buy one from a reputable company. I'll go through my Amazon history, and I'll put a bunch of links to these actual specific parts that I bought here. These little boxes, and this one too. It'll be in the description or something at some point. But for right now, this is what we're working with. This is a REI 1x2 HDMI splitter, 18G. I have no idea what 18G stands for, and maybe this is a serial number, UHDS 102. But so this is what it comes with. I'm not familiar with the price. I bought this like over a year ago. It'll be in the description. But HDMI splitter. It's powered by this 5-volt. Oh geez, this got bent. This little wall adapter piece. All right, so real quick, also, I just want to show you guys what we're working with real close. Can they see that? There's one HDMI in and 2 HDMIs out, just for people that are gonna, I know people are gonna end up asking questions and blah, blah, blah. Can they see it really good, Jode? Yeah? Okay, so that's what this looks like. I did end up bending the stuff back together. Plug it in, and I'm sure you guys know there is a house outlet down here. I don't know what the specific name for it is, but can they see that? A wall outlet, house outlet, whatever. Something that something like this can plug into, right? I have it powered by plugging it in through here. Is it gonna plug in? Okay, there we go. And you can see it's turned on because the green light on the Escalade turned on and the blue light for the power turned on. Okay, so now here, bring it up back on me again. If you don't know, besides just sticking a DVD in the front and having all these screens run off DVD, you can use HDMI cables to input video on all these screens. If you want to input video or HDMI video on these ceiling screens and this, this is what you do. You grab a HDMI cable and you plug it back here. Okay, there's this tiny little thing hidden away in this little pocket. You plug an HDMI thing in here, okay? And then what you can do now is you can just use that same Apple dongle and connect it to a phone. And this way, you can see it's already turning on. You can, it's instant. It's instantaneous. You don't have to do anything. Can they see all that? That the screen turned on? Yeah, it's right there. And the front screen will automatically sync to that too once I start playing a video. So you can do it that way for just the ceiling monitors. But what I do is, instead of plugging it into this dongle, if you want to sync all the TVs together, we take this and we plug it into the output source for one of these boxes, or for this box, okay? So it goes into the output section. This video is going to output and feed right into here, which is in turn going to feed into all the ceiling monitors. Hopefully that makes sense for everybody. If it doesn't, just do what I'm doing and it'll all turn out fine, okay? I promise. So then what I do is we take this contraption that I made of all these wires and stuff for this monitor, and I plug this in to a different output, okay? So whatever we feed into this splitter, okay, whatever we feed into this splitter is going to split the HDMI connection, 1 into this headrest monitor, and 2 into here, which is going to feed it into the ceiling. I hope you guys, you're piecing it all together here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one of these screens mirror the other one. That's how I get all of this all synced up. And then what we do is take a third HDMI cable like this, and now this one is going to go into HDMI input. Make sure it's all focused and everything. Can they really see it? Yeah? So this is going to be our input HDMI, okay? Just get it in real quick. So this one is our input. I know it looks very messy, but it's just for the purpose of the video. And again, we can take that dongle here and plug it into our iPhone. Okay.
One eternity later.
All right, one of the wires was loose. My bad, guys. But you can see we have it all set up here. Okay, and all the screens are synced. Can they see that? Back up a little bit. Can you really see every single screen? All right, cool. So they're all playing the same video, including, make sure they can see that the navigation screen up there is playing that video too, right? And it's all coming off of this one iPhone. Okay, this is a contraption. Can you show them a little close, like all the wires and stuff running around? It's really not all that much. It looks like a lot, but really you can stuff some of these wires in here and like I said, hide this little box in this pouch and you can clean it up real nice. I've set it up a couple times. You can clean it up really nicely if you take some time. And you can also hide some of these wires underneath these floor mats and stuff. And it's a little annoying that you do have to have this all wired up to your phone and connected and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't want to have a wired connection, what you can also do is buy an Apple TV just for your car. It seems a little excessive, but you can do that if you want, and you can just wirelessly stream through the Apple TV from your iPhone, or if you have a Android phone, whatever equivalent thing that they have going on. And I know that Apple TVs run off of Wi-Fi, but there is a way to bypass that. You're gonna have to go on Google. I'm not gonna go into that, in this video, but there's a way to stream videos off your iPhone onto Apple TVs without using Wi-Fi. And all right, guys, so there's one more thing I wanted to show you, and I'm only showing this because I know I'm going to get questions later on. But if you have the videos playing on the rear screens and you can't get it to work on here, all you want to do is, you can scroll through all the pages on the navigation screen here. What you want to go to is the video tab, and the second you click that, it'll start projecting what's ever playing on the ceiling monitors. And again, like I said, you have to be in park to have this work. And it'll also work with the volume controls here. But so once you put the truck in drive, okay, you can see it goes away, and it'll stay like that as long as you're driving. But look, the second we put it in park, it should come right back. Right? Yep, there it is, and it starts playing. But yeah, so that's how you get that going on the main screen. Okay, one final thing I wanted to add in this video. This is the next day. I posted a trailer on Facebook and everybody was making fun of me for how many wires are showing. The amount of wires that are showing is just because I was teaching you guys how this whole process works. Here's the final result, okay? The 3 RCA cables are here and they go straight into the pocket, and there's a USB cable going straight into the pocket, okay? There's no cables running around me. And everything is hidden inside of this pocket. The only thing coming out at me is the HDMI cable and the dongle, okay? And that's connected to whatever phone you want. You go on here, you find whatever video you want to play, you know, let's say it's Netflix or whatever. You press play on that movie, and all you have to do, it's crazy, okay? All you have to do is just tuck your phone into here, tuck everything away, out of sight, out of mind. Okay, can they see how clean that looks, Becca?
Yeah.
There's nothing anywhere, right? It's all tucked away in this little pocket. And yeah, you can stream whatever you want off your phone to this screen, that screen, and all the other screens, okay? It's a very simple process. I know there's a lot of wires involved, but if you use some common sense, you can hide everything pretty nicely and it looks pretty clean, okay? So I just wanted to show that since there was like several people commenting about how many wires were in that little trailer that I posted. So this is what the final result looks like. It's very clean. You see 3 wires on the back and everything else is hidden in the pocket, and that's it. And I actually have a movie playing right now. I have my own YouTube video here. Let's just show them. Let's just bring it even closer. Okay, look guys, this is what it looks like, final result. Okay, that's what we're working with. Nothing in front of me, nothing anywhere. People were commenting about this. That's just a little pocket that we store all of our cables in, okay? That's why there are so many cables there. But that is the final result. Yeah guys, that's really all there is to it. It's not that complicated. Hopefully, I know a lot of you guys have been asking in the Facebook groups to show you guys, and hopefully, you know, you guys are happy. This made a lot of sense and you guys can do it yourselves. Yeah, I hope you guys found this video entertaining, and I hope this information was helpful for you guys. And with that, I'll see you all next video.